I saw a tweet the other day that said something along the lines of fret not about buying more books, just buy more bookshelves and then you have an excuse. You want to fill those bookshelves in, and I was like, bingo, consumerist book Twitter strikes again, and I have fallen victim to it. Hello, so today we are officially here for a book haul. But first I wanted to introduce you to my new reading nook. I actually finally have like a reading corner with an armchair and everything, and I'm sorry that you can see the back of me in the reflection. There's nothing I can do about that. This has been where I've been reading recently, and I figured why not also shoot some booktube videos from it. Hashtag bookish things. I thrifted this chair for $35. It is the most comfortable armchair I have ever sat in. His name is Huey. We love him. He's an integral part of the family at this point. Today is Sunday the 14th of August, I believe. And on Sundays, not only do I go to the farmer's market, but at the farmer's market, there's an actual bookstore. It's a secondhand bookstore, and they actually have a pretty good selection. And it just so happened that after I went to the farmer's market and got some books, I found out that Barnes & Noble was having a sale. So I went and saw what was up with the Barnes & Noble sale, basically just to see if anything that was on my wish list was on sale, and lo and behold, there was some stuff. So without further ado, let's get on with the book haul. Disclaimer, however, a lot of these books I really won't know what they're about. Starting with the books I got at the farmer's market, the first one is a paperback copy of The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I've heard a lot about this book. I just know that it's supposed to be very beautiful and atmospheric and that kind of thing. Wow, I am so out of like filming booktube videos because I have no idea how to talk about books anymore. Anyway, pretty much a lot of the people I follow and a lot of people whose opinions I trust have really enjoyed this book, so I'm really excited. Again, I prefer paperback copies, so I've been waiting for this to come out in paperback, and I can't believe that not only am I grabbing it finally in paperback, but it was on sale at the secondhand bookstore. Okay, very interesting. There's a stamp on this one that says, "Please return to Teacher Leon's classroom." Anyway, the next book I hauled is Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. So it's supposed to be a sort of historical fiction fantasy retelling about Mozart and his sister Nannerl Mozart. So the next book I hauled was another one that I've been waiting a while for in paperback, and that is Sing Unburied, Sing by Jasmine Ward. Again, I haven't really heard a lot about what this book is about. I've just heard a lot of really good things about it. I believe the author is Indigenous as well. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm excited to read it. Again, finally got it in paperback, which is exciting, so I hope to be able to annotate it. I've been really into annotating recently. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's like TikTok and Instagram finally influencing me when it comes to my bookish habits, but it's been really fun for me to like write in and highlight and tab books again. So this is one of those books where I think I'm going to be scribbling a bunch. And the last book that I got from the farmer's market is Nocturnes by Kazuo Ishiguro. If you didn't already know, Kazuo Ishiguro is one of my favorite authors of all time. Never Let Me Go is one of my favorite books of all time. And so I'm slowly but surely making my way through Kazuo Ishiguro's backlist. I have no idea what Nocturnes is about. I honestly hadn't even heard of the book until I saw it today at the secondhand bookstore. So I'm just going for it because I've pretty much enjoyed everything by Kazuo Ishiguro except for What Remains of the Day, was it? That was like the one Kazuo Ishiguro book that I didn't really like. Hopefully this one isn't like that one and is more along the lines of Never Let Me Go and Clara and the Sun. So yeah, excited to give another Kazuo Ishiguro book a try. Okay, now we're gonna move on to books I got at Barnes & Noble during their sale. So like hundreds of new books were on sale. It was mostly hardbacks, and if you haven't caught on already, I'm not the biggest fan of hardbacks, but I was able to find some paperbacks in the Barnes & Noble sale that thankfully went home with me. The first of which is Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. Not 100% sure what this book is about. I did, however, see that my really good friend Riv from Dear Rivery, I will link her blog down below, she raved about this book, 5 stars, like was telling everyone to read it essentially in her review. So I picked up the copy without even thinking about it. I was like, on sale, and Riv recommended it. It's going home with me. I really trust Riv's opinion and her reviews, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this as well. The next book that I picked up, even though I said I was going to stop reading YA in general, is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. My friends whose opinions I trust, essentially, they actually quite enjoyed this and recommended this. So I am going to go ahead and give it a try. It just looks cool from the cover alone, and as long as I can vibe and it's not too like cringy YA, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. So very excited to pick this up eventually, maybe in October. The next book I bought, I know you're looking at my Goodreads especially and you're thinking, Mari, what the hell are you reading recently? Don't at me, I'm enjoying myself and reading my like white chick lit. So the next book I got was Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have never read a book by Christina Lauren before, but I know that she's a very well-loved traditional published romance author. I don't really read a lot of romance, but I think that is like slowly changing. I'm really getting into it, especially after reading Talia Hibbert's books earlier this year. I just finished Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I am like, I've got a whole brain rot. I've also been on this kick of books about books. Like, I read Sorcery of Thorns, I read The Last Chance Library, I read Book Lovers, and for some reason books about books are just really tickling something in my brain right now. So I think that this is going to suit my fancy as of recent. Alright, and I know I said that I don't like hardbacks in general, but I really couldn't pass up these 2 deals. So the first hardback that I got was All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir. This is her contemporary YA debut. Sabaa Tahir wrote the Ember in the Ashes series, and that's a super amazing, one of my favorite YA fantasy series, but Sabaa Tahir finally made her contemporary debut, and I'm really excited for this. I hope it hurts me. Go ahead, Sabaa Tahir. I know you can do it. I know you can hurt me. And the last book that I got at the Barnes & Noble sale and today on my weird book haul day is Electra by Jennifer Saint. Jennifer Saint also wrote Ariadne, which actually I also have on my TBR in paperback. I was going to wait for Electra on paperback, but it was buy one, get one. And it's a relatively small paperback, so I don't think it will be too terrible to read in hardback form. And it was also 50% off, so I was like, probably should steal that now. So this is another Greek mythology retelling. That's another, I guess, trend that I've been on recently, is I've been reading a lot of Greek mythology retellings or Greek mythology related books. And Electra, I think, is focused on the house of Agamemnon and Clytemnestra. I always forget about Electra because you hear about Cassandra, who is RIP. But Electra is the younger daughter. I know that apparently Jennifer Saint's Greek mythology retellings are very feminist focused, so I'm excited to read this. I've really been enjoying looking at Greek mythology through a feminist lens because most of my experience with Greek mythology has either been in Percy Jackson or in college, where I was taught Greek mythology by old white men, and thus we never really got that feminist perspective. So I'm really enjoying revisiting all of these tales that I'm very familiar with through a critical lens that obviously I care about a lot. Thumbnail. So these are all the books that I got today. I absolutely did not need to buy this many books, but you know, I got new bookshelves. You guys just saw my bookshelf reorganization tour. And if you're thinking to yourself, Mari, there was absolutely no space left on those bookshelves, girl, I'm gonna make some for these books, so just stay tuned. Apparently I've like completely forgotten how to YouTube, and I don't really remember what else I would like to say besides my usual outro of thank you so much as always for tuning in. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.